G'day folks, Merry Christmas, and you're back again with the Big Fella. If this is the first time you're clicking on the Big Fella, make sure you subscribe and keep those notifications on. To be quite honest, I'm over 2020. Can we just get the year done already? 2021, come on, let's go. As you can tell, it is Christmas. I've got the appropriate headgear and makes noises and everything. Basically, it doesn't really fit my head. My head's a little bit too large, but yeah, anyway, the Christmas spirit is there nonetheless. Anyway, so today we're going to be going through the Manfrotto BeFree live tripod and all the pros and cons of having one of these tripods in your kit. I've had one for approximately 12 months, actually probably a bit longer, and I found it to be fantastic. It's probably the best tripod I've ever had. The only thing that really beats it is the little Pixie. That's probably the best thing. It's genius for vlogging. But for static movements, for setting up for, say, for viewing solar events like full moonrise or something like that, there's nothing better than having one of these tripods in your kit. Just a little more detail about this. I found the need to have a versatile and compact but also tall reaching tripod on occasion, and this is where the Manfrotto BeFree live tripod suited my needs best. At full extension it goes up to 150 plus centimeters, but folded up is just under 40 centimeters, so it's incredibly versatile. It's a very sturdy unit, being able to hold equipment up to a rated 4 kilograms. The plate also has a rubberized grip surface for maximum camera control. One of the best selling points of this unit is that it has a fluid drag ball head system, which operates with a constant amount of force when panning the ball head. This is because of a thick viscous fluid that's contained in the head, which has the benefit of aiding steady panning motions. And here's a pro tip for panning with slow motion. What you do is attach a rubber band onto the pan and tilt lever and drag it around via the rubber band instead of holding the lever. So the drag on this tripod head is non-adjustable. It can't be sped up or slowed down. It's kind of a constant rate. This tripod also has separate pan and tilt locking adjustment knobs, adjustable pan and tilt lever, and a crucial selling point for me that it had a bubble level that was included in the design. Combining this with the option of either a twist locking or clip locking extendable legs, this tripod has just about the most versatility you could want. So the tripod leg hinges adjust in 4 different ways: compact, flat, wide angle, and lastly narrow angle adjustment, which gives the most height, all with the use of a press down lever on each leg. The way the hinges are adapted on this tripod means that they can all be set at different heights independently. Rubber grips on the feet ensure a firm and positive stance in virtually all situations. There's also a periscopic center column adjustment via a twisting lock that lifts up with the pan head, giving more versatility. The tilt range of the head is 90 degrees, so you can take a landscape setup and flip it over into portrait, and 65 degrees for up and down tilting. The bag that it comes in is spacious enough for the tripod to go back in every time without a fight. At between $300 to $400 Australian, depending on where you buy it from. It is on the pricey side, but for what it can do, I found it to be worth every cent. So the pros: it is highly versatile, a very good dynamic setup range from a folded compact unit, strong and able to support a decent load, and suits virtually all but the higher end of TV production type of equipment. Great design and features, especially the fluid drag ball head system and the bubble level included on the pan head. The twist lock periscopic head and the twist lock leg sections make sure that the adjustable portions of the tripod stay secure virtually all of the time. I've heard differing arguments for either twist lock and clip lock legs, but I've used both, and they're 6 of one and half dozen of the other. So you can flip a coin to decide which one you want to get. And now for the cons. The quick release plate can be a little bit fiddly if you try to rush its operation, but it's a quick release plate. Shouldn't it operate quickly? The levers that operate the hinges to lock the legs in place have to be pushed down first before they unlock to adjust to another position. This might be a safety thing on the part of how the tripod works, but it can be a bit of a stuff around if you just want to unlock the legs and change the hinges to their correct position. It is a little bit pricey, but like with most things that are Manfrotto made, they're Italian and they are well designed and well engineered, and you're not just paying for a name. And here it is. 40 centimeters of folded tripod. Everything included, and the quick release plate. So this is set up with the 1/4 inch screw head on it right now, but it comes with a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 inch. So the issue that I was talking about before with the locking levers on the legs, when you try to release it, it's very hard to actually release, actually impossible to release, unless you push down a little bit and then lift it up. Now, like I said, it could be a safety thing, but yeah, it's quite annoying if you have to adjust the tripod on the go. Now here's the fluid drag ball head system. So what it does, it basically turns at a constant rate. You can put as much pressure on it as you want, and it won't really change the speed of how it goes around in its pivot. It's all in here. Now the quick release plate should just slide on like so and tighten down, and that's where it should stay. But sometimes when you've got the camera already set up and it's ready to go, it can be a little bit fiddly to actually get it out if you either forget to push the lever down, this little lever here. You got to push that down to release it, and sometimes getting it back on, it doesn't always want to line up properly. A bit of a stuff around. So there's the bubble level on the pan head. That was kind of a must-have for me, and the fluid drag system of the head was just an added bonus. And one thing I have noticed about this, it is kind of a con. Basically, this little cover here, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be loose, but it comes off at the most inappropriate of times. When you're setting it up, it just kind of falls off. I've located it back onto its spot as much as I possibly can, tried to twist lock it in position, and I think it's just loose. I don't know why, but yeah, I can't really find a way to make sure this actually stays on there. It's just a little cover for the pan head. And going back into the bag, fairly easy. First time. Every time. So like I said, I try to take that tripod with me wherever I go if I'm on a shoot somewhere. Very handy to have. If the gimbal that I have or the stabilizer doesn't really cut it and you need something that actually does steady pans instead of just dynamic shooting like you would for the stabilizer or a gimbal, then yeah, it does come in very handy. And the way it just folds back up, and it's very lightweight, and it weighs approximately 2 kilos while it's in the bag. I think without the bag it's about 1.8 kilos. So very lightweight because of the aluminium legs. Very versatile, compact, and just about everything you need to put in a basic kit bag. The only real drawback for beginners would be the price. Other than that, you're on a winner straight away. It's a very good product. Now, because it is a Manfrotto product and there are several tripods to choose from in their range, it helps to have a product code, and thankfully they do have one. It is MKVBFRT. Now, I've found MKVBFR and BFRT to be the same thing. It depends on who you go through and what kind of tripod you're looking for. Now, I believe the FR and the FRT would probably be the difference in the way the legs extend. Some are clip lock and the other ones are twist lock. I'm thinking the FRT is going to be the twist lock, which is the one that I've got. Now, at the time of recording, eBay Australia doesn't have any stock of these at all. They've all been sold out. The only stock that I can find was at B&H Photo, which is in America, and of course their dollar being better than ours, I think they sell for about 240 US. So yeah, you're looking at over 300 Australian. So that's it for me for now, guys. I hope you had a good Christmas, and I will see you next Friday, which will be New Year's Day. So finally we can get rid of 2020 once and for all. I know it's been a disaster for me. I hope it's treated you a little bit better, but I'll be glad to see the end of it. Until then, folks, have a good Christmas and New Year's, and I'll see you next week. It's the Big Fella. Have a good one, guys.